Hey guys, shirtless match day over here. Want to talk about news I saw on social media earlier on today, a couple hours ago actually. And apparently Michael Olise is looking to move to Real Madrid. Apparently he wants that move. Apparently he's pushing for it. He wants to meet with the Bayern hierarchy to discuss that move. And apparently Bayern may agree to it. But they want an excess of 200 million euros. This is great news for Real Madrid supporters because, as you know, throughout the years, the right wing has been non-existent for Real Madrid for a long time. Rodrigo has played there. Valverde's played there. Um, players who are not natural right wingers have played there, and it's worked. It's been hit or miss for Real Madrid. It's been hit or miss. We know for a fact that Rodrigo is more of a left wing player. We know for a fact that, for example, Valverde is more of a central midfield player. They've even played Vasquez on the right wing. He's not a right winger. Now, this kind of news is what Real Madrid fans want to hear. We have Olise coming off of a brilliant World Cup campaign. Yes, he was neutralized against Spain the other day. However, that does not take away his quality as a creator, as a goal scorer, as a high IQ footballer who can find the right passes and the right through balls. We have Mbappe already at Real Madrid, who's a striker. And we've seen so far that Olise and Mbappe understand each other, know where they are. And that is what Real Madrid need. They need more creativity. Last year with that, they struggled. They relied more on individual brilliance. Bringing Olise on the right wing can emulate what Vinny does on the left wing. We know that Vinny is super creative on the left wing, coming in from left, maybe making a through pass, maybe scoring, maybe doing some nice tricks. Olise is the exact similar player of that ilk, but in my opinion, more effective as a footballer and more of a high IQ than Vinny. They need that player. So Real Madrid are finally sorting out a key glaring issue. Teams have figured them out. They know that Madrid always attack from the left. They love doing that. And that right side is non-existent. So having the player of Olise coming in can be devastating for other teams playing against Real Madrid. Now, is Olise worth 200 million euros? Now, we know the world record transfer is 222 million euros. And that was for Neymar a couple years ago. Is Olise worth 200 million euros? We don't know, right? We don't know. I personally, no player is worth the amount of money, but inflation, players' values have inflated over the past decade or so. Is he worth 200 million? We don't know. I personally don't think he is, but it appears that Real Madrid deem and think so. They see him as a Galactico marquee signing that can complement Mbappe, complement Vinny Jr. on the right wing. Imagine Olise linking up with Trent Alexander-Arnold and getting those passes in from the right side for Mbappe and Bellingham coming in the box, heading it in. That's going to be crazy to watch in La Liga. Now, this is it should Real Madrid buy Michael Olise? I would say absolutely. Absolutely. He is a player. He's probably the greatest right winger in the world right now. Yes, I'd even put him above Yamal. We know that Real Madrid can never buy Yamal. It's impossible. Yamal plays for Barcelona. Who's the next best right winger that's out there that could be available? It's Michael Olise. He's French. He understands Mbappe very well. He knows Tchouaméni and Konaté very well in the French team. It just makes sense for him to make that move. And in fact, Real Madrid need to make this move. Barcelona, on the other hand, are having a great season in the transfer market. They bought Karim Adeyemi, who is a fast, very pacey left winger. I think the fastest ever player to have ever played in the Bundesliga. They're getting a player of that caliber for the left wing. They're also planning to get Julian Alvarez as well, which I believe that deal will go through. Atletico always cave and sell to Barcelona, bro. So Real Madrid must make some moves because if they don't, Barca are going to dominate La Liga next year. Now, we see Madrid potentially addressing that right wing option. There's still a glaring issue in midfield. They need that playmaker type, that Rodri type, that Vitinha type. They need that Pedri type that they're missing. All the midfielders are of similar profile, strong, tall, physical, box-to-box midfielders. But where's that creativity coming? Where's that player that can link midfield to attack or link defense to midfield to attack? They're missing that player. So the question is, if they spend 200 million on Olise, will they have enough money? Will they have enough money to actually address the midfield issue? Ooh, if they spend all that money on Michael Olise, will they have enough money to address the midfield issue? Midfield, we saw in the game of France and Spain yesterday that the midfield, you need to have a great midfield to come across teams of Spain's caliber. That's like Barcelona, Bayern Munich, etc., etc. Your attacking may be great, but if you have no midfielder in the middle that can connect midfield to attack, it's kind of useless, right? So if they spend 200 million on Michael Olise, would they have enough funds to shore up that midfield to bring in a creative player? They need that creative player, right? Now, personally, if I'm Florentino Perez, I'm getting Michael Olise. I know for a fact that the right wing has been a terrible, terrible mismanaged part of Real Madrid for the past 5 years plus. For the past 5 years plus, they've had to force players to be out of their position to play right wing. Valverde is not a right winger. Rodrigo is not a right winger. Lucas Vasquez was not a right winger. Ramjad may have gone away in a bit in the past with playing players out of position. Now they've been found out. They need a Vinny type caliber on the right wing to get those free balls into to Mbappe, to get some creativity coming in on the right. A player that can cut in, a player of a Robin type, of a Yamal type. That is what Real Madrid are missing. They need that kind of player. They need it. So I'm super excited to see if this happens or not. Apparently came from a reputable source on social media, someone that knows the transfer movements of French players. So this move could happen, and I think it will happen. Seeing as Barcelona are making their own Galactical moves, and Florentino Perez wants a Galactical player for this year. He wants a Galactical player for this year, and I think it's going to be Michael Olise. I think it's going to be Michael Olise. So I'm super excited to see what's going to happen in the next couple of weeks. Let's see how it goes. Share this match day over here. Thanks for watching. See you all in the next video.